The sky was a soft, endless ocean of blue and lavender, brushed with strokes of fading gold as the sun dipped behind the hills. The day had surrendered gently to twilight, and a hush settled over the earth, as though the world itself had curled into a quiet sigh. Far away from cities and screens, there was a winding path cloaked in soft moss and cradled by ancient trees. This path, forgotten by time, led to a place that only dreams remembered, a realm beyond waking thought, where time moved like a drifting feather and every breath of wind whispered of forgotten wonder. You are lying in bed now, wrapped in the warmth of soft blankets. The room is dark, peaceful. Outside, the world is still. Your breath is slow, calm, steady. And in your mind, this story begins. With your eyes gently closed, you imagine yourself walking barefoot on that mossy path. The ground is cool beneath your feet, and the scent of wildflowers lingers in the air, lavender, jasmine, and a hint of rain. The trees rise above you like silent guardians, their leaves rustling softly in the evening breeze. The light here is strange and lovely, it glows, as if the stars have come down from the heavens to guide your way. In the distance, a low hum vibrates through the trees, not a sound exactly, more like a feeling, a quiet presence. The wind seems to know your name. It brushes your skin with familiar comfort, nudging you forward, deeper into the woods. Each step you take feels lighter than the last, as if gravity itself is letting go. The trees begin to change. Their bark glows faintly with silvery patterns, pulsing like breath. You pause to touch one, it is smooth, almost warm, and it hums softly under your hand. The leaves shimmer in hues of blue and green, and between the branches, tiny lights dance, not fireflies, but something older, something wiser. You're not afraid. You are held here, safe in this world between waking and dream. Soon, the path widens and leads you to a clearing, where the trees bend away to form a perfect circle beneath the open sky. In the center is a small pool, still as glass, reflecting the stars above. The wind quiets. The air is warm and heavy with stillness. You kneel beside the pool and gaze into its depths. You see your own eyes staring back, calm, peaceful, and full of quiet wonder. But deeper still, beneath the reflection, something glimmers. Shapes. Gardens. A light that pulses like a heartbeat. And then, just for a moment, you see it, a gate, formed of woven silver vines, standing in a garden of stars. The pool ripples once. Then again. And then you feel it, a pull. Gentle, steady, like the tug of a dream you've been having your whole life. Without hesitation, you lean forward, and fall. There is no fear. Only softness. You are drifting, floating, through a sky that feels made of silk and light. You pass through clouds shaped like animals you loved as a child, through music that doesn't have a source, and warmth that holds you like a lullaby. You fall, or fly, or float, it doesn't matter. There is no time here. Eventually, your feet find solid ground again. You open your eyes. Before you stretches the eternal garden, your breath is soft. The world is still. And the story continues. The garden stretches in all directions, infinite yet intimate. It is a place that feels both completely new and deeply familiar, like something you've dreamed before but couldn't quite remember until now. The ground beneath your feet is covered in the softest moss, woven through with wildflowers that glow gently in the dim light. Their colors change slowly, cycling through soft blues, pinks, and pale golds with every heartbeat. Above you, the sky is neither day nor night. It's something in between, a dreamy twilight, painted in streaks of rose and indigo, with stars peeking through as if curious to witness the world below. A path begins to form ahead of you, not from stone or soil, but from light, soft golden light that curls and curves with every step you take. It welcomes your feet like a memory coming home. You begin to walk, not hurriedly, but slowly, peacefully, like there is nowhere in the universe you need to be except here, now. With every step, the air seems to sing, a gentle harmony carried on the breeze. It's not a melody you can hum, not a tune you can hold on to. It's the kind of music you feel in your chest. It matches your breath. It knows your name. You come upon a tree, tall, ancient, and still. Its trunk is wide enough to hold 100 secrets. Its bark glows silver in the twilight, and its leaves whisper like lullabies. At its base, nestled in a bed of glowing grass, is a wooden bench, carved with soft, curling patterns that feel almost alive. You sit. The moment you do, the world seems to pause, not in silence, but in gentle awareness. As though everything, from the wind to the stars to the blades of grass, is resting with you. Just breathing. Just being. Across from you, on the other side of the tree, a soft rustling sound stirs. You glance over slowly, with no fear or urgency, and see a creature step out from behind the trunk. It's not quite human, tall and slender, with hair like woven moonlight and skin that glows like morning mist. Their eyes are kind and full of understanding, and when they smile, it's the sort of smile that makes you feel safe without needing to ask why. They say nothing. They don't need to. With a gesture, they invite you to stand and walk with them. And so, together, you begin to move through the garden, deeper, quieter, more serene. You pass trees whose branches form gentle archways overhead, each one humming with silent stories. Some trees drip with luminous blossoms that fall slowly, never touching the ground, floating like feathers in the air. Others grow crystal-like fruit, pulsing softly like lanterns, casting a dappled glow across the path. The being beside you finally speaks, not with words, but with thoughts. Their voice flows into your mind like warm water, clear and soothing. This garden was planted long before time. It remembers all things. It forgets nothing, yet it holds no burdens. It exists to remind us of peace. You nod, not because you fully understand, but because it feels true. The path leads you to a small hill. At the top is a circular platform surrounded by still water. In the center floats a large lotus blossom, open, radiant, silent. Your companion gestures toward it. This is the heart of the garden. When you are ready, it will show you what you need, and then it will let you rest. You step forward onto the platform, the water glowing beneath your feet. You sit, crossing your legs, placing your hands gently on your knees. You close your eyes, and breathe. In. Out. In. Out. The world grows softer. Quieter. Warmer. You feel something begin to rise inside your mind, not a thought, not a memory, but a sensation, like being wrapped in a soft blanket, like hearing the lullaby your mother used to hum, like floating in warmth and safety. The lotus opens wider, and you feel its light wash over you, like moonlight and starlight woven together. It pours into your chest, into your thoughts, into the space between your bones. Every part of you is relaxing. Your toes. Your legs. Your back. Your chest. Your jaw. Your eyelids. You are so deeply, wonderfully, peacefully relaxed. The garden holds you, cradles you like the night sky holds the stars. The air slows. The story fades. And you drift. Further and further into calm. Into rest. Into sleep. You are floating now. Not in water, not in air, but in a feeling. A feeling of absolute safety. A feeling of being weightless and free. Though your body remains still, resting in the garden's heart, your spirit continues the journey. The wind carries you softly, as if you are a leaf, drifting across time. You pass through a veil of silver mist, and when the haze begins to clear, you find yourself standing at the base of an enormous staircase. It spirals upward into a tower made of translucent crystal, its surface shimmering with galaxies and stardust. This is no ordinary tower. This is the library of dreams. The door opens before you with a gentle sigh, as if the building itself has been expecting your arrival. You step inside. The first thing you notice is the sound, not silence, but soft turning pages. Endless pages. Shelves stretch impossibly high, curving upward in elegant spirals. Books of all shapes and sizes rest gently on wooden ledges. Some are ancient and worn, their pages glowing faintly with golden ink. Others are new, still warm from imagination. Each book is alive with quiet stories, gently humming in their sleep. There is no dust. No cobwebs. No clocks ticking. Just the timeless scent of parchment, lavender, and rain-soaked wood. A gentle being stands behind a floating desk carved from moonstone. Their robes flow like liquid shadow, and their eyes glimmer like candlelight. They greet you with a knowing smile and speak softly. Welcome, dreamer. You've entered the archive of the sleeping mind. Here, every dream ever dreamt, and those yet to be, are kept in perfect peace. You nod, enchanted. Would you like to see your dreams? They ask. You do. They guide you to a section where the shelves bend downward like waves. As you walk, the books begin to glow, just a little. Some flicker like candle flames, while others glow bright and steady, like lanterns in the fog. Your guide plucks a small blue volume from the shelf. The cover bears your name, written in delicate silver script. They hand it to you without a word. You open it. And suddenly, you're standing inside a memory, one not of this life, but of a dream you once had as a child, flying across treetops with glowing wings, chasing clouds that looked like castles. The colors are soft and watercolor-like, and you feel the exact same joy you felt back then. The image fades gently, and you blink to find yourself still in the library, the book closed in your hands. You look around. There are thousands, no, millions, of these books. Each one is a forgotten wish. A night you drifted off into stardust and moonlight. A world that lived only in your heart. Your guide speaks again, their voice wrapping around you like silk. This place is a sanctuary of the subconscious. It remembers what you forget, and it keeps what you cherish. You may visit any time, even in dreams within dreams. They return your book to the shelf, and as they do, something unusual happens. A single book begins to rise from a distant corner, not lifted by hand, but drawn toward you by energy alone. It floats through the air, wrapped in golden thread. The cover bears no title, only a single, glowing star. Your guide raises an eyebrow. This one has not yet been written. It is a story you are still dreaming. You touch the book, and light pours from it, slow and warm like sunlight through morning fog. The scene around you begins to change again. The tower, the guide, the shelves, all dissolve into golden mist. Now, you are standing on a quiet shoreline beneath a velvet sky. Waves lap gently at your feet, and ahead of you is a boat. Small, simple, carved from silver wood, it floats atop the stillest water you've ever seen. You know instinctively what to do. You step in. The boat begins to glide, soundlessly, across the water. The oarless vessel follows no wind or current, it simply moves. The sea beneath you glows faintly with stars, like you are sailing across the surface of the night sky. There is no destination. Only movement. Only peace. You lie down in the boat, arms crossed gently over your chest, the sky above you swirling with lavender and silver. Constellations you don't recognize blink softly in and out of view. One of them, shaped like a feather, begins to shine brighter than the rest. Slowly, it drifts downward from the sky. It flutters through the air and lands lightly on your chest. Your breath deepens. You are weightless again. Adrift. Unburdened. The feather glows, warm and soft, and then dissolves. Melting into light and slipping gently into your heart. Everything fades. No fear. No sound. Just stillness. Just sleep. The stars have grown softer now, as if dimming themselves to let you rest. The boat continues to glide, carrying you deeper into the dream's embrace. It drifts toward a gentle archway of flowering vines rising from the water, a living bridge of moon blossoms and silken leaves that sparkle like dew under starlight. As your boat passes beneath it, a gentle shimmer falls over you, like the final sigh before sleep fully takes hold. You pass into the starlit sanctuary. Here, the water opens into a wide, glowing lake, cradled by hills made of velvet grass. Trees with silvery trunks and golden leaves bend protectively around the water's edge, as though holding the world in a gentle hush. Your boat kisses the shoreline, and you step barefoot onto soft sand that feels warmer than firelight and smoother than satin. The moment you do, the stars above begin to sing. Not loudly. Not with words, but in pure, celestial tones, a lullaby the universe has been humming since the beginning of time. It flows through your veins like calm, and into your chest like warmth, and it tells you something simple but profound. You are safe. You are loved. You are home. A winding trail of star petals forms before your feet, glowing softly with each step you take. You follow them up a gentle hill until you reach a wide, round platform made of glowing crystal. It is surrounded by enormous sleeping flowers, their petals rising and falling with each breath, as though they are dreaming too. In the center of the crystal platform stands a mirror. It is tall and arched, framed in vines of starlight. The surface ripples like water, and when you look into it, you do not see your reflection, not exactly. You see your peace. You see yourself, not as you appear, but as you truly are. Still. Light. Infinite. The mirror shows your calm, your gentleness, the quiet beauty within you that never asks to be seen but deserves to be known. As you watch, a version of you in the mirror smiles, then reaches out a hand. You raise your own instinctively, and the surface of the mirror shimmers. With the softest pull, like falling into warm clouds, you pass through. Suddenly you are inside the mirror's world, a quiet glade lit entirely by starlight. The air is still. The world is soft. And time has gently curled up, like a cat, and gone to sleep. You find a canopy of leaves above you and moss below, and you lie down there, naturally, as if this glade was made just for your rest. All around, the stars continue their gentle singing, wordless, slow, patient. The glade begins to cradle you. The scent of dreamflowers drifts across your skin, night bloom, moon lily, and lavender-stemmed mist roses. They smell like memories you've never had, but always needed. And then, the sky opens again. Above you is not a ceiling of stars, but an ocean of light. Waves of color pulse slowly, blues and purples and silvers and soft golds, washing across the heavens like gentle breath. In the center of this sky is a shape. Not a star. Not a moon. A heart. A glowing, ancient heart made of stardust and silence, pulsing with the rhythm of the universe. And slowly, it lowers toward you, not threatening, not fast, but lovingly. Like a hug given by the cosmos itself. When it reaches you, it does not speak. It simply warms you. It rests beside you. It becomes you. You feel its light press gently into your chest, like a warm stone placed on snow. Slowly, it dissolves into you. It doesn't ask you to carry anything. It simply reminds you that you have always been light. That even when things feel heavy, you are made of softness. And then, sleep comes for you. Not like a thief. Like a friend. Quiet. Gentle. Sure. The glade darkens just slightly, the stars settling into a calm shimmer. The air grows warmer, the breath of trees slower. Your body relaxes even more deeply now. Every limb sinking. Your thoughts drifting like leaves on water. Your heart slowing. And for a long, long moment, there is no story. Just breath. Just stillness. Just you. Perfectly peaceful. Perfectly safe. Perfectly asleep. The glade is silent now, not the silence of emptiness, but the sacred hush of dreams unfolding. You are still. Cradled by moss, your body is so relaxed it no longer feels like it belongs to the waking world. The stars above you no longer twinkle, they simply glow, like the soft embers of a fire that never goes out. And then, a flicker of movement. A tiny golden light appears at the edge of the glade. At first, you think it's a firefly, but as it floats closer, you realize it's something more. A small lantern, no taller than your hand, drifts toward you, suspended in midair, glowing from within. The flame inside it doesn't burn. It breathes. Each flicker pulses with warmth, as if the lantern is alive. The moment it reaches you, it hovers just above your chest. A soft hum vibrates in the air around it. Then, without a word, the lantern turns, and you feel yourself gently lifted. Not in body, but in spirit. The glade fades beneath you. The moss. The trees. The mirror from which you came. All dissolve into glowing mist as the lantern guides you through the star-swept night. You drift together for what feels like both a second and an eternity. Then, you arrive. You find yourself standing at the edge of a vast canyon, but instead of rock or shadow, it is made entirely of clouds. Soft, golden clouds that move and breathe as one. Above the canyon floats a delicate bridge of woven silk and stardust, stretching across the sky like a ribbon unfurling in slow motion. The lantern leads you onto the bridge. You walk with weightless ease, the clouds glowing beneath your feet. Below, shapes shimmer, memories, dreams, forgotten joys. Each one plays out like an echo in the fog, a child's laughter, the sound of ocean waves, a grandmother's lullaby. The bridge ends at a great circular chamber suspended in the stars. Its floor is carved from polished moonstone, etched with symbols older than language. Pillars of crystal rise high into the sky, holding up a dome of swirling cosmos. At the center of the chamber, surrounded by floating orbs of soft blue light, is a figure, tall, graceful, and impossibly still. She is the dream weaver. Her hair falls in long braids made of twilight and frost, and her eyes reflect the shape of the universe itself. Draped in robes stitched from the night sky, she carries no crown, only a lantern, larger than yours, but glowing in the same familiar rhythm. When she speaks, her voice is music. Not sung. Not spoken. Felt. You've wandered far, little one. Through gardens and mirrors, stars and silence. But now we weave your dream. With a wave of her hand, the orbs begin to dance around you. Each one contains a piece of your heart, your joys, your hopes, your quiet moments of peace. Tonight, she says, you rest. And I will craft the dream you most need. You close your eyes. And the weaving begins. She threads together the laughter of childhood, the scent of rain on warm soil, the warmth of someone's hand holding yours. She spins the feeling of being wrapped in a blanket on a cold day, the taste of honeyed tea, the hush of snow falling outside a quiet home. Every dream you didn't know you missed, she finds. And then, she threads the final light into the lantern she holds. With slow, reverent steps, she walks to you, lifts the lantern, and places it gently in your hands. It glows brighter now, filled with your peace. She whispers. This is your light now. Your warmth. Your dream. You bow, not out of obligation, but out of gratitude. As you do, the lantern releases a gentle breeze, one that wraps around your body, cradling you like the wind cradles a feather. And you are lifted. Not upward. Inward. You drift again, not across sky or sea, but through the quietest part of yourself. The part that knows it is loved. The part that always listens. The part that never forgets how to rest. Time fades. The stars slow. Even your thoughts fall still. You feel yourself settling, deeply, completely, back into your own body, now lying beneath the dream sky once more. The lantern rests beside your heart, its glow dimming now to a soft flicker, like the final candle of the night. Your breath is even. Your limbs are light. Your eyes, though closed, see stars. And gently, silently, you fall asleep again, this time deeper than before. Wrapped in the dream weaver spun. Wrapped in warmth. Wrapped in wonder. Wrapped in rest. You are floating again, gently, weightlessly, inside the quietest space of all. The dream the weaver created still lingers around you like mist. It's not a place anymore, but a presence, woven into your breath, your heartbeat, your very being. You don't feel the passage of time. You feel only peace. Somewhere far off, a gentle bell chimes. Once. Then again. Then once more. Not to wake you, but to guide you. Softly, the dream begins to change. You're no longer in the vast, celestial hall. The stars begin to dim, not vanish, just soften, like candlelight winding down. Around you, the soft hum of the cosmos fades into the sound of a breeze moving through tall grass. You open your eyes, not your waking eyes, but your dreaming ones, and find yourself lying in the center of a wide meadow, wrapped in blankets of golden light. The sky is a gentle blue, kissed with early dawn. Birdsong hums in the trees nearby. Leaves shimmer in the sun's first touch. And there, just beyond the hill, you see it again. The eternal garden. You've returned. The vines bloom wide to welcome you, stretching open like old friends. You walk the familiar paths, past the reflecting pool, past the whispering trees, past the rose lantern still glowing from the night before. Everything is just as you left it. Only softer. Only more sacred. At the center of the garden sits a small stone bench beneath a weeping willow. You sit there, lantern still warm in your hand. Its flame flickers gently, casting a soft golden halo on your chest. You take one deep breath, in and out. And the breeze begins to whisper again. This time, it speaks not in words, but in reminders. It tells you that you are whole. That rest is a gift you've earned. That dreams are not an escape, but a return. To yourself. To peace. To love. You feel it now, not just hear it. You feel it in your breath, in your spine, in the warm soil beneath your feet. You look up. The willow's branches sway slowly, as if waving you onward. It is time. Not to leave. But to carry the garden with you. You rise, not rushed, not pushed. Just, gently guided. You walk one last time along the garden spiral path, each flower leaning in, brushing your arm with dew, each step pressing peace deeper into your soul. At the gate, where your journey first began, a trail of light unfurls. It stretches softly toward the waking world, not harsh or sudden, but like morning light filtered through soft curtains. You pause. You close your eyes. And in the hush, you feel everything. The elven feast. The mirror. The moon. The glade. The weaver. The stars. The silence. The story. And you feel your heart, steady, safe, still, carrying all of it home. As you step through the final archway, the dream does not vanish. It nestles inside you, like a seed waiting to bloom again the next time you close your eyes. The final sound you hear is the voice of the dream weaver, barely more than a breath. Return when you wish. The garden is always here. The stars always remember. You smile. And drift. Softly. Silently. Completely. Into the deepest, most peaceful sleep. The valley of floating lights. You are still dreaming. And in this dream, time feels infinite. Soft. Unfolding like a petal beneath starlight. The garden, the dream weaver, the moonlit glade, they are all within you now, like echoes of a lullaby gently fading into silence. Yet, the dream hasn't ended. No, your journey has only just deepened. Tonight, we travel farther still, into a place where the sky meets the earth in a valley untouched by time. A place whispered about in fae stories and seen only by those whose hearts are quiet and open. It begins with breath. A deep inhale. And an even deeper exhale. You are lying on a riverboat, small, simple, soft. Its deck is lined with mossy cushions and warm furs. Overhead, a sky of pale lilac stretches out, dotted with slow-moving clouds and glimmering silver threads. The boat floats on a river of light, not water exactly, but something more delicate. It flows in a path of shimmering blue, silent and smooth, weaving through canopies of crystal trees. The trees sing. Not with voices, but with vibrations, like gentle glass chimes in a wind that doesn't stir the leaves. As your boat glides forward, the light beneath it pulses with a rhythm that matches your heartbeat. Slowly. Steadily. You pass under arches of luminous vines, their blossoms releasing a faint, sweet fragrance, jasmine, honey, and moonlight. Tiny butterflies rest on the petals, their wings patterned like galaxies. Your boat turns softly with the current. Around a bend, the landscape opens. And suddenly, you are floating into the valley of floating lights. It takes your breath away, even in a dream. The valley is vast and round, its hills carved smooth by ancient winds. From the slopes to the sky, hundreds, no, thousands, of glowing lanterns hover in the air. Some are small, like tea lights. Others are grand, suspended orbs the size of carriages. They float at every height, from near the earth to high in the clouds, twinkling like silent stars brought down to earth. Each lantern contains a memory, a single, gentle thought wrapped in golden fire. And you are here to witness them. Your boat slows near a wooden dock carved from silver birch. As it comes to rest, you step onto the soft ground, which feels like warm velvet beneath your feet. No one is there to greet you. But you are not alone. The valley hums. A peaceful vibration fills the air, not sound, exactly, but presence. You feel it wrap around you like a familiar hug. And then, without instruction, your feet begin to move. You walk through the tall grass, illuminated by the lanterns above and beside you. One floats near your shoulder, and you glance inside. Within it, you see the memory of a mother humming a lullaby to her baby by candlelight. Another lantern glows nearby, this one containing a memory of a grandfather and child watching snow fall outside a cabin window. Each light is a moment of tenderness. Of peace. Of love that asked for nothing in return. As you move through the valley, you realize something. These are not just anyone's memories. They're yours. Not as you remember them, but as they were felt. One lantern drifts gently into your palm. You peer inside, and see yourself. Not as you are now, but as you once were, younger, perhaps. Sitting beneath a tree in late summer, watching the golden light move through leaves as bees hum nearby. You can almost feel the warmth of that memory again, the peace, the innocence, the stillness. And you smile. The lantern lifts itself from your hand and floats away. Another one glows at your feet. In it, you see a quiet moment of kindness. Someone once looked at you, truly saw you, and said nothing. Just smiled, in complete understanding. These memories are not loud or grand. They are soft. Silent. The kind that live deep inside us, long after we've forgotten the words. And here, in the valley of floating lights, they shine forever. You continue walking until the path leads to a circle of stones at the valley's heart. There, a fountain bubbles gently. Not water, but stardust. It shimmers with every color of the night sky. Seated beside it is a figure, an old man with a beard like mist and robes stitched with wind. He looks up and smiles. "Welcome," he says. "You found your way back to what matters." You sit beside him. Not out of obligation, but ease. Like sitting beside a fire after a long day. He gestures to the sky of lanterns. Most of us forget these moments. But they remember us. You nod. The silence between you isn't empty. It's comfortable. A silence that says, "I understand." After a while, he opens his palm and reveals a tiny seed, glowing faintly. "This is tonight's dream," he whispers. "Plant it here. In the softest soil of your heart. It will grow when you need it most." You take the seed in your hand. And feel it pulse once, gently, like a heartbeat. Then, the old man rises. He walks toward the river, where a boat just like yours awaits him. He boards it without a sound and drifts away, disappearing into the glowing current. You are alone once more. But only in the physical sense. The lights above still glow. The memories remain. The peace lingers. You lie back on the soft grass, lanterns drifting overhead, glowing and silent. Your eyelids grow heavy again, your breath even slower now. As your body melts into the earth, you feel something take root deep inside you, the seed, already beginning to bloom in the quiet of your dreaming heart. And with the sky of memories watching over you. You sleep. Deeply. Peacefully. Brightly. The Starfeather Grove. Sleep continues to hold you, softly and completely, as your dream unfolds once more, as gentle as a lullaby played on moonlight. You are no longer in the valley. The lanterns, the memories, the old man by the fountain, they have faded behind you, like footprints in dew. But the feeling they left in your heart remains, a peaceful warmth, quiet and whole. Now, a new path opens. It begins as a silver thread, stretching out in front of you, a glowing ribbon winding through dusk-colored fields. The sky is painted in lavender and sapphire, scattered with the faintest, shimmering stars. You follow the path, walking slowly, without effort. The air is rich with the scent of something you can't name, part flower, part forest, part dream. Ahead, a grove comes into view. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary stand of trees, tall and still, their branches arching toward one another. But as you get closer, you notice something extraordinary. The trees are feathered. Instead of leaves, long, soft feathers cascade from every branch. Some are pale as moonlight, others tinged with the pinks and blues of a dreamscape sunrise. The entire grove rustles gently, not with wind, but with breath, as if the trees themselves are asleep, exhaling peace into the air. You step inside. Feathers drift downward like snowflakes. One lands on your shoulder. It is impossibly soft, warm, yet weightless. When you lift it in your hand, it glows faintly, pulsing like a star. You look around and realize. These aren't just feathers. They are pieces of stardust, crystallized dreams left behind by those who once passed through this grove. Each feather carries a wish, a hope, a quiet truth. The path beneath your feet is lined with them. They guide your steps deeper into the heart of the grove. Here, time thickens. The deeper you go, the more the world hushes. Sounds become echoes. Movement slows to the rhythm of sleep. At the center of the grove is a tree unlike any other. It is ancient, wide as a house and twice as tall as the rest. Its trunk is wrapped in spiraling feathers of gold and silver, glowing faintly like candlelight in fog. You approach it, drawn not by curiosity, but by peace. At its base lies a shallow pool, its surface completely still. You kneel and gaze into it. But you don't see your reflection. You see your soul. Not your face, not your body, but the version of you that has always been there, the child of stars, the keeper of softness, the traveler of inner worlds. You reach into the water. And when your fingers touch the surface, a ripple moves through the pool, expanding outward like rings in time. Images rise in the water. A moment when you were kind to yourself. A time you chose rest over worry. A day you paused to breathe and simply be. Each image flickers, not like a movie, but like a memory caught in a lantern's glow. You do not need to understand them. You only need to feel. A low humming sound rises around you, the sound of the tree breathing in. It exhales, and a great cascade of feathers falls from its upper branches, surrounding you in a gentle storm of light. One feather lands in your palm. This one is different. It is warm, glowing, threaded with golden veins. And when you close your fingers around it, you feel something shift inside you, not a change, but a return. A return to softness. To wonder. To peace. The feather pulses in your hand, and then slowly dissolves, not vanishing, but melting into you. You breathe out. And in that breath, the grove begins to sway around you, not with motion, but with feeling. You lie down at the base of the ancient tree. The ground is soft. The air is still. The feathers fall in silence. Above you, the canopy of starlit plumes forms a ceiling of gentle color. It shifts with the rhythm of your breath, shimmering with each inhale, fading with each exhale. Your body sinks into rest. The tree hums once more, low and soothing, like a lullaby wrapped in velvet. Its vibration moves through the earth, through your bones, through your heart. It doesn't ask anything of you. It only holds you. You are safe. You are still. You are home. The feathered trees whisper their sleep songs around you, and your body answers by letting go, of thought, of memory, of form. And you drift. Back through the spiral of rest. Back into the folds of sleep. Back to the dream beyond the stars. Where you float, weightless, timeless, whole. The grove fades into light. And in its place. Only stillness. Only peace. Only dreams. Crescent moon. The echoing library. You are dreaming again. Not falling into a dream, but drifting within it, as if you've always been here, floating gently in that soft space between stars and stories. The feathered grove is behind you now, its glowing trees and velvet silence fading like a page turned in a long, warm book. And as you breathe, slowly, deeply, the world around you reshapes. A new place rises beneath your feet. It begins with sound. Or rather, echo. Soft whispers swirl like mist through the air. They carry no words, but their meaning is felt, like a lullaby hummed across time. Then, walls appear around you, not hard and heavy, but delicate, flowing, and tall. They rise up from the floor like the trunks of ancient trees, their surfaces inscribed with glowing symbols and shapes that seem to dance in your peripheral vision. You've arrived at the echoing library, a sanctuary of stories nestled deep in the dreaming lands. It is said that every dream ever dreamt, every thought, hope, question, and forgotten wonder, is held in this vast, hidden library of light and silence. You step forward. The floor is smooth beneath your feet, like worn stone softened by time. The library opens before you like a universe, endless spiraling halls, curving staircases, floating bridges between pillars of books that stretch toward starlit ceilings. Above, the sky is not a roof but a living dome of constellations, swirling nebulae, and shimmering auroras, dancing gently above the silent shelves. You wander. There is no rush. No direction to follow. Only instinct. Peace. Stillness. Books glow faintly as you pass, some pulsing with blue light, others humming in golden tones. Each one seems to call out not with a voice, but a feeling. One shelf catches your attention. You pause and reach toward it. Your fingers brush a slim volume, its cover a deep velvet with a silver thread binding. As you open it, the words don't appear on the page. Instead, a memory rises. You are a child again, lying in bed with a blanket tucked around you. Someone, perhaps a parent or grandparent, is reading softly beside you, their voice like honey in a warm cup of tea. You hear not the words, but the love behind them. The memory fades, and the book gently closes itself. You smile. And continue walking. At the center of the library, a great circular room opens, vast and silent, like the inside of a forgotten planet. In the middle stands a tree made of paper and light. Its trunk is written in countless languages, and its leaves rustle with every footstep. You sit beneath it. A gentle hush falls over the room. In the silence, something happens, not outside of you, but within. You begin to remember things you didn't know you'd forgotten. A dream you once had of flying through clouds like a bird. The feeling of grass beneath your hands as you stared up at the sky as a child. The sound of your own laughter echoing in an empty room. The face of someone who once told you, you are safe. You are loved. Each memory is soft and simple. Each one glows inside you. The tree seems to shimmer in approval. You look up, and a single paper leaf drifts down from its branches. It lands in your lap. When you touch it, a warmth flows through your fingertips and into your chest, a peaceful tide washing away all tension. You close your eyes. Around you, the library breathes. And in the silence, something deeper emerges. It is not memory. It is not story. It is truth. You are not just a dreamer. You are the dream. A living thread in the tapestry of stars and stories. A quiet pulse in the great library of all that has ever been imagined. And in this moment, you are whole. Still. Weightless. Safe. The library continues to glow around you, holding your resting form like a lullaby wrapped in ancient parchment. Somewhere, far above, a bell chimes once, low, soft, like the heartbeat of the cosmos. You lie down beneath the tree, your breath as slow and quiet as falling snow. You are not leaving this place, only letting go, deeper and deeper, until even thought disappears. The shelves, the stars, the tree, all begin to fade. But you do not fear this. You smile as you drift. For you know the stories will wait for you. And the library will always welcome you home. Sleep, now. With stars above, and stories within. Crescent moon. The cloud garden. The echoing library fades behind you like a closing page. Yet the feeling lingers, of ancient whispers, paper leaves, and the soft glow of unspoken memories. You are drifting once more, slow and weightless, as if your body has become a feather on the breath of the stars. A gentle breeze cradles you, cool and sweet, and the world reshapes again. This time, the dream brings you to lightness itself. You awaken, or float, among the clouds. Not just any clouds, but the cloud garden, suspended high above dreamland, far beyond the reach of any ordinary sky. You lie on your back upon a cloud that is thick and soft as the fluff of a baby lamb. It shifts under your weight, gently rising and falling with each of your breaths. The entire sky around you is layered with clouds of every hue, ivory, rose, silver, and pale lilac, drifting like lazy swans across a lake of air. Far above, the sky is a dome of deep twilight blue, sprinkled with sleepy stars. One of them twinkles brighter than the rest. It pulses softly, and a moment later, a cluster of tiny bells begins to chime in the distance, a sound like wind through wind chimes, or laughter through velvet. You sit up. Before you is a floating pathway, a trail of connected clouds that ripple as you step onto them, like soft pillows shifting beneath your feet. You walk slowly, carefully, the sky open and endless in every direction. The clouds seem to respond to your thoughts. When you wonder what lies ahead, the cloud beneath you brightens and begins to carry you forward, gliding as if you've stepped into a gondola on an invisible river. The world begins to unfold beneath you. Valleys of stars, rivers of moonlight, and entire forests growing on puffs of mist. And then you arrive. The cloud garden appears like a mirage made real. It is an island in the sky, nestled among the mist, a wide expanse of floating gardens blooming with translucent flowers. The petals shimmer like soap bubbles, catching light in every color you can imagine, and a few you can't name. Butterflies of pale silver and gold flit gently from bloom to bloom. Tiny creatures tend to the garden, beings made of light, smaller than your hand, with gossamer wings and eyes like drops of rain. They nod as you pass, their smiles so peaceful that it feels like a blessing. You step among the blossoms. Each flower has a sound, a soft chime, a deep hum, a single note of music when brushed by wind or touched by your fingers. The entire garden sings, but in the quietest way, like a lullaby made from silence and starlight. You sit beside a pool in the garden's heart. The pool reflects the sky above, but also the sky within you, deep, unknowable, infinite. As you watch, clouds drift across its surface, and you see visions rise. Your favorite quiet moment from childhood. A forgotten kindness given to you by a stranger. The way sunlight once touched your shoulder on a lonely day. Each vision warms you from within. You lie down beside the pool. A cloud folds itself gently beneath your head, forming a pillow of air and light. Another wraps softly across your legs like a dream-woven blanket. And slowly, you begin to drift deeper, deeper. The flowers hum quietly around you. Somewhere nearby, a gentle rain begins to fall, not wet or cold, but warm and silvery, more like a whisper than weather. It falls on the leaves. It falls on your skin. It falls on your thoughts, washing them clean. Your chest rises and falls, your hands rest quietly over your stomach, and you are completely still. The butterflies perch gently on the petals now, settling in for the night. Even the cloud beneath you breathes slower. The dream has no edges. The sky has no weight. And you are free. Free to float. Free to rest. Free to dream. You close your eyes. The cloud garden gently rocks you as you sink into the deepest sleep, the softest breath, the farthest stars. The world becomes a blur of color and kindness, nothing to hold, nothing to fix, nothing to do. Only this. Only now. Only sleep. And high above, the bright star from before continues to pulse, slower now, in time with your heartbeat, like a guardian watching over your dream. Sleep, now. Sleep in the garden of clouds. Sleep in the hush between stars. Sleep. The feather temple. The cloud garden fades behind you like mist at sunrise. You are not walking, nor flying. You're simply drifting, held in a tender, invisible current that cradles you as gently as a mother's arms. Around you, the sky begins to shift. Twilight softens to a creamy lavender glow, and stars dim to let a new world unfold. You don't know how long you've been floating. Time feels like a feather, weightless, delicate, and no longer something to measure. And then you see it. Suspended among the sky like a secret waiting to be found, is a temple. It appears not built, but grown, formed entirely from massive white feathers, layered together like petals in a colossal flower. Its spires stretch high above, tapering into thin points that curl like tendrils of mist. Doves and glowing sky creatures circle gently above it, never flapping, only gliding. The current sets you down at the temple's base. A broad staircase of clouds leads upward, feather-lined on both sides. Each step sighs beneath your feet, releasing a soft gust of scented air, lavender, eucalyptus, a hint of warm vanilla. You ascend slowly. There is no rush. With each step, your shoulders lighten. Your thoughts loosen. And your breath becomes slower, longer, deeper. At the top, a set of feathered archways part as if sensing your presence. Inside, the feather temple opens into a circular hall, silent and glowing with ambient moonlight. The walls are soft, feathered layers that ripple gently like the fur of a sleeping animal. The air carries no echo, only calm, blanketing quiet. In the center of the temple sits a nest. But not a nest for birds. This one is vast, woven from silver threads, long blades of soft grass, and cloud fibers. It curves inwards like a cupped hand, inviting you without a word. You step toward it and lie down. Instantly, your body understands, this is where you are meant to rest. The nest molds to your shape. You sink gently into it, as if it had been made just for you. The soft strands cradle your limbs, spine, and head, not pulling, not pressing, just holding. You feel yourself exhale, deeply. A piece you didn't realize you were missing washes over you. Above, the feathered ceiling ripples open slightly, revealing a circular window of the night sky. A full moon rests in its center, pale and ancient, watching with loving, grandmotherly eyes. And then, a sound. Soft. Hollow. Calming. It is a single chime, long, echoing, as if made by a bell in the clouds. Then another, in a different tone. Then a third. And a fourth. You realize it's not just sound, it's communication. The feather temple is speaking to your body in a language beyond words. Each note guides your breath. Each tone unties a knot of worry hidden deep within your chest or your shoulders or your hands. You lie back. Your body begins to hum in harmony with the music. This is not music you hear with your ears. It is felt. It is played across the strings of your spirit. And as it continues, you begin to feel lighter, almost transparent. The nest beneath you lifts. Not by movement, but by release. A surrender to comfort so pure that gravity itself loses interest. Feathers drift down from above. Some land in your hair. Others float across your arms and legs, weightless, like a blessing. Each one touches you and leaves behind a warm feeling, like a dream you can't quite remember, gentle, beautiful, fleeting. A figure appears across the temple, tall and indistinct. A guardian. Not bird nor human, but something in between. They move like a breeze through leaves and carry no sound with their steps. Their presence is gentle, loving, and entirely nonverbal. They kneel beside the nest and place a single feather, large, radiant, and glimmering like starlight, upon your chest. The moment it touches you, you feel it. Dove the pain you let go of years ago, but never quite left. Dove the memory of laughter you thought you had lost. Dove the certainty that you are not alone. It fills your entire being with quiet joy. The guardian places a hand over your heart. Not to heal, for nothing is broken, but to bless. Then they vanish. Not into smoke or light. Just away, as if they were never separate from the dream at all. Your eyes close. The moon above slowly fades to silver mist. The chimes grow softer. The air becomes thicker with stillness. Heavier, like a warm, safe fog wrapping around every part of you. There are no thoughts. No names. Just being. Just sleep. You are held. You are loved. You are safe. Sleep now. In the feather temple. On the edge of the sky. Where stories breathe. And stars listen. And dreams drift deeper than time. Crescent moon. The mirror lake of moonlight. You wake softly, not from sleep, but from dreaming within a dream. The feather temple fades into the mist of memory as you find yourself walking again, barefoot across a soft mossy path. It winds quietly beneath gentle trees, each one glowing faintly from within. Their leaves shimmer like pearls and brush your arms as you pass. The air carries the scent of night jasmine and fresh rain. There's no sound but your breath, and the quiet flutter of something unseen, wings, perhaps. Or maybe the dream itself shifting into its next shape. Up ahead, the trees open. The ground gives way to silver stones, and the path descends towards something glowing. A lake. Still as glass. Wide as the sky. It's not water as you know it, but something dreamlike, moonlight made liquid, soft and luminous. You found the mirror lake of moonlight. The sky above it is dark velvet, sprinkled with too many stars to count. The moon sits low, massive and warm, casting its glow directly onto the lake's surface. The reflection is perfect, creating a twin sky below your feet. You kneel beside it. When your fingers touch the water, tiny ripples shimmer outward, not just on the surface, but into the stars above. As if the lake and sky are connected, reflections of each other. As if you are part of them too. Then, the lake begins to change. The water lifts, but does not fall. It rises in shapes, like hands forming from moonlight. It stretches into delicate curves, and then into images, like memories blooming across a canvas of light. You see a moment. Your child's self, laughing on a swing. Another. You curled up reading under a blanket, lost in a favorite story. Another still. A night when someone hugged you close and whispered, "You're safe. I'm here." The lake remembers. Not just who you are, but what makes you whole. It shows you not the busy, rushing world, but the quiet pieces of yourself that get lost in noise. It reflects kindness you've given, laughter you've shared, and the simple, magical ways you've been loved. You sit with it. Let it show you. Let it remind you. Then, you hear a whisper in the air, not from the lake, but from above. A melody, soft and ancient, like a lullaby sung by the stars. The lake responds. Its surface begins to pulse, and from the center, a boat begins to form. It's shaped like a crescent moon, carved from pearl, with soft cushions lining its inside. Lanterns of stardust dangle from curved beams, and the oar appears to be a silver branch from a dream tree. You step into it. The boat glides forward on its own, drifting silently across the lake. As it moves, the images in the water shift, not memories now, but visions of possible dreams. A golden forest. A floating library. A cozy cabin built into a cloud. They come and go, gentle suggestions from your dreaming mind. Your fingers trail in the glowing water, leaving trails of light like brushstrokes behind you. Then, from the far shore, lights begin to bloom. Tiny stars fall from the sky and land gently on the ground, growing into glowing lilies along the water's edge. Their petals open slowly, one by one, lighting the shoreline with a soft silver hue. You arrive. The boat comes to rest beside a lily-petal dock. A new path unfolds before you, winding into a glade full of silver grass and twinkling butterflies made of light. You step onto the shore. Something waits for you at the center, a soft, round stone with a cushion of moss and a tiny glowing book resting on top. You sit. The book opens by itself. And the pages begin to turn. Each one is a memory. A wish. A dream. A truth. Each one gently reassures you. Dove, you are safe. Dove, you are loved. Dove, you are part of something greater than you can see. Dove, and rest is not a pause, it's a gift. You close the book slowly. The butterflies settle on your shoulders. The moon cradles you in light. You curl up on the mossy seat, let your eyes grow heavy, and listen to the lake's quiet hum. Sleep arrives not with silence, but with song. A lullaby in moonlight. A melody sung just for you. Sleep now. The next dream is waiting. And the stars are listening. The Dreamkeeper's Library. You're asleep within your dream, curled in the mossy clearing by the mirror lake of moonlight. The butterflies of light flutter once, then rise like drifting embers and disappear into the trees. And then, something shifts. A bell sounds, low and warm, like a bronze wind chime struck by a breeze. The sound ripples through the dream like waves through water, gently waking your awareness. You open your eyes within the dream. You are no longer by the lake. Instead, you find yourself standing in front of a set of massive double doors, carved from dark wood and inlaid with silver starlight. There's no handle. But the doors open slowly, quietly, as though responding to your presence alone. You step inside. It takes your breath away. You've entered a library unlike anything in the world you know. It stretches in every direction, up, down, left, right, with spiraling staircases and floating walkways that twist through the air like silk ribbons. Shelves climb endlessly toward a ceiling painted like the cosmos, twinkling with real stars. The scent is comforting, old paper, lavender, cedarwood, and something warm, like the feeling of being remembered. A faint golden light glows from every corner, casting gentle halos around each book and object. In the center of the vast room is a desk made of moonstone and feathers, and behind it sits a tall figure cloaked in indigo. The Dream Keeper. They look up and smile, not with their face, but with their presence. You can feel it. A welcome deeper than words. They gesture gently for you to enter farther, and the moment your foot touches the soft carpet of stars, you feel the pull of the stories around you. Every book here is a dream. Some are yours. Some are from long ago. Some are dreams not yet dreamed. You pass a shelf where the spines glow with names you recognize, moments from your own past. A school day full of joy. A summer night chasing fireflies. A quiet afternoon alone but content. These aren't just memories, they're the dreams you once forgot to hold on to. You take one from the shelf and open it. Inside, images form like fog across water, a moment from childhood, bathed in golden light. You watch it replay, not as a memory, but as a living story. It is calm. Gentle. Honest. A piece of you, held with care. The Dream Keeper glides forward and gently closes the book. Their voice, when they speak, sounds like a lullaby being whispered through trees. Some dreams visit only once. Others, return when you need them most. They hand you a key, small and silver, shaped like a star. This is for the section only you may enter, they say softly. The part of the library built by your heart. You walk down a long hallway, and a small, round door appears at the end, glowing with your name etched in silver. You insert the key, and the door opens silently. Inside is a cozy reading room, built just for you. Pillows line the walls. The ceiling is made of glass, through which you can see the stars drifting slowly. A small fireplace crackles with pale blue flames. Beside it, a soft chair and a floating book, already opened. You sit down, sinking into the cushions. The book turns its own pages as you read, or rather, remember. You don't know how, but the story it tells feels like one you've lived before. A peaceful walk through a snow-laden forest. A long train ride with someone you miss. A night when everything was still, and your heart was full. It's not about the details. It's about how it makes you feel. Safe. Held. Loved. The Dream Keeper appears again, but now they look softer, not cloaked, but simply present. They sit across from you, not to teach or speak, but just to be with you. Together, you listen. Not to noise, but to stillness. Eventually, you rest your head against the side of the chair. The flames dim to a soft glow. The stars above slow their movement, then pause, as if holding their breath so you may dream undisturbed. The Dream Keeper watches over you as your eyes drift closed again. Before sleep takes you deeper, you hear one final whisper. The stories will wait. You are the dream now. You smile without moving. The library fades into the soft night, and your breath becomes even and slow. The room melts into moonlight, and your next dream begins to bloom behind your eyelids. And all the while, the Dream Keeper's library waits, timeless, gentle, and yours forever. Sleep, now. Let the stars turn the pages for you. The garden where forgotten dreams bloom. You sleep within the dreamkeeper's library, peaceful, protected, and wrapped in the warmth of memory. The stars drift slowly overhead through the glass ceiling, and the moon hums a silent lullaby. But dreams are never still for long. They unfold. They whisper. They bloom. And so, gently, ever so gently, you begin to move again. This time, not with your feet, but with your breath. The dream lifts you softly, like a leaf floating on a windless breeze. You rise from the library without waking, carried in a silver cocoon of moonlight and mist. When you open your eyes again, you are standing at the edge of a garden gate. It's made of old wood, twisted with ivy and blooming with stardust roses, flowers that seem to glow faintly in the quiet air. The gate creaks open with no effort, and beyond it, the garden waits. This is no ordinary garden. This is the garden of forgotten dreams. The air is cool and sweet, like a lullaby you once knew by heart but haven't sung in years. The sky above is soft violet. Fireflies drift slowly, pulsing with tiny lights, and soft petals rain down from trees with leaves like silk. You walk forward on a path made of polished moonstone. To your left, a flower opens, and in its heart, a memory appears. A dream you once had as a child, to fly with birds, wings outstretched, soaring above the trees. The image flickers in the bloom like a candle, beautiful, bright, and still alive. You smile. Each step forward brings more flowers, each one holding a dream you once had, some small, some large. Some you remember instantly. Others surprise you. Carousel horse one bloom shows you dancing under lanterns in a city you've never visited. Artist palette another holds the dream of painting a sky full of whales. Water wave another, the quiet wish to live beside a sea that sings you to sleep each night. These dreams weren't lost. They were planted here. They've been waiting patiently, blooming in the garden your heart built long ago. At the center of the garden is a tree. It towers above everything else, ancient, silver-barked, with leaves like stars. Its roots are wide and warm, curving to form a seat just for you. You sit beneath the tree, and the garden falls completely still. Then, a soft wind stirs the petals. And you hear it, the voice of the dreams. Not in words. Not exactly. But in feeling. The dreams speak in warmth. In memory. In possibility. They tell you. You are more than your waking thoughts. You are the sum of your hopes, your kindness, your quiet joys. You are allowed to rest. You are safe to dream. And nothing beautiful you've ever imagined has been lost, it lives here, always. As you sit quietly, the petals begin to swirl. They gather around your shoulders like a blanket, cocooning you in light and scent. The roots of the tree warm beneath you, and for a moment, a deep, tender moment, you feel whole. Like every piece of your dreaming heart is right here, in this garden, blooming gently beneath the stars. You close your eyes again. And this time, sleep doesn't just return. It embraces you. The petals rise and fall with your breath. The tree hums a lullaby only dreamers can hear. The forgotten dreams rest with you, not gone, but glowing. The garden will keep them. And you, dear dreamer, will return, whenever your heart needs reminding. That nothing imagined with love is ever truly lost. Sleep now. Let the flowers dream with you. Crescent moon. The starlight tea house. You're resting beneath the silver-barked tree in the garden of forgotten dreams, cradled by stardust petals and the comforting hum of ancient roots. And then, softly, like the scent of jasmine on a breeze, something changes. The dream shifts. You rise, not hurriedly, but naturally, as if floating on a breath. Before you appears a narrow bridge, woven from moonlight and mist, stretching out over nothing but starlit sky. Beneath it, clouds roll gently, glowing with hues of rose gold and twilight purple. You step onto the bridge and feel its softness under your bare feet, like walking on memory itself. At the other end of the bridge is a tea-house suspended in the sky. It floats among the clouds like a drifting lantern. Its roof is curved like a pagoda, topped with silver tiles that shimmer in the glow of the stars. The windows are round and gentle, glowing with soft amber light. Wind chimes made of crystal tinkle in the stillness. Every corner of this place whispers peace. You open the delicate door and step inside. It's quiet. Warm. The air smells of chamomile, cardamom, honey, and ancient woods. The walls are lined with shelves, not of books this time, but of teas. Each one labeled in delicate handwriting: Restful Rain, Memory Leaf, Echo of the Moon, Whisper Root. A host greets you with a soft bow. They wear a robe the color of dawn mist and have eyes that reflect the stars. Without speaking, they lead you to a small table beside a round window. There's a cushion just your size, soft as a cloud. You sit, exhale, and feel your entire body begin to loosen. A cup is placed in front of you. It's warm, fragrant, and glowing slightly. This blend, the host whispers kindly, is called stillness. You take a sip. And everything slows. The warmth spreads from your tongue to your chest, your hands, your toes. The sounds of the world, the wind, the distant chimes, your own breath, begin to harmonize. It's not silence. It's presence. You are here. You are now. You are completely safe. Across the room, other dreamers sip their tea. Some stare out the windows at the endless sky. Some quietly drift into sleep with their heads resting on their arms. Everyone is welcome here. The host returns with a second cup, this one shimmering faintly with silver sparkles. This is the deep drift, they say softly, a blend for those nearing the edge of dreams. You cradle the cup in your hands. Outside the window, clouds swirl. A great, soft whale floats past, not through water, but through the sky. Its body glows with stars. On its back rests an entire forest, glowing gently as it passes by. Another sip. The world slows even further. Your thoughts loosen and dissolve, like ink in warm water. You don't need to do anything here. You don't need to be anything but present. Let the tea and the stars do their work. You feel yourself swaying, just slightly, like a candle before it goes out. The host drapes a soft, woven shawl over your shoulders. It smells of lavender and thyme. They whisper one final blessing. When the world becomes loud again, remember this quiet. You smile. Eyes heavy. One more sip. The lights dim slightly. The chimes slow. The air becomes like velvet. And your breath, slow, steady, gentle, becomes the only rhythm that matters now. Sleep is not approaching. It has already arrived. The teacup rests, empty and warm. The stars outside the window blink slower. And the sky gently rocks the starlight tea house like a cradle. You drift. You dream. You are home. The dream train of forgotten cities. You are asleep within sleep. Floating, not through water, not through air, but through pure feeling. A gentle hum surrounds you, the same rhythm as a heart at rest, or a lullaby remembered from long ago. When your dream eyes open, you are no longer in the starlight tea house. Instead, you find yourself standing on a quiet train platform, suspended in twilight. There is no roof above you, only the endless swirl of stars and indigo sky. The platform is made of smooth obsidian stone, glowing with faint golden lines that pulse gently, like the veins of some ancient celestial being. A soft fog hugs the floor, wrapping around your ankles like morning mist. Far off, a distant sound grows. A low hum. A whistle, long and smooth. And then you see it, emerging from the clouds. The dream train. It glides silently, no wheels, no tracks, just motion. Its body is silver and dark blue, reflecting the stars around it. The windows glow faintly with amber light. Each carriage looks slightly different, as if made to fit a unique kind of dream. The train slows, then stops in front of you. The door slides open with a whisper. You step aboard. Inside, everything is warm, welcoming. Cushioned seats, flickering lamps, soft carpet underfoot. A gentle instrumental tune plays, as if a piano were being played by moonlight. You take a seat by the window. The train shudders, not harshly, but like a sigh, and begins to move. Outside the window, the landscape changes. The train drifts through cities long forgotten by time. First, you pass over a city in the sky, where buildings are made of stained glass and clouds drift through open hallways. Birds with feathers like ribbons glide between towers. You see people sitting on rooftops, reading dreams instead of books. Next, a city made of seashells and coral, nestled beneath a dome of shimmering water. Lights flicker like jellyfish along winding streets. Dolphins leap beside arched bridges. And merfolk tend glowing gardens filled with lullaby-colored kelp. Another city appears, this one resting inside the branches of an ancient forest cathedral. Its buildings are carved from trees and hung with lanterns that bloom like flowers. Children swing from vines that sparkle with dew. Each city feels both entirely new, and somehow familiar. Like they once lived in your imagination, dreamed up in quiet moments of childhood, and stored away, just in case you ever came back. Inside the train, a dream conductor walks gently down the aisle. They wear a long coat of velvet night, speckled with stars. No hat, no name, just eyes full of kindness. They pause at your seat and offer a small silver envelope. It glows softly in your hand. You open it. Inside is a single sentence, written in delicate handwriting. You are never lost when you are dreaming. You fold the note and press it to your heart. The conductor nods, as if you've done exactly the right thing, and continues down the aisle. Outside, the train approaches its next destination, a city floating upside down, where the buildings are made of wind and song. Bells ring gently, though no one touches them. The clouds ripple like oceans beneath it. You rest your head on the seat cushion, letting your body relax into the soft rhythm of the train. A faint voice speaks through the gentle crackle of the intercom. It says, "Dear dreamers, the dream train will continue gliding through your imagination tonight. There is no final stop. Only rest. Only wonder. Only sleep." You close your eyes. The train rocks gently. The music softens. And the cities pass by, one by one, all of them yours, all of them waiting. Until morning comes. Or until your dreams carry you beyond even stars. Sleep now. The journey continues. The island of sleeping animals. You are still aboard the dream train. It hums beneath you like a lullaby set to motion, gliding silently through starscapes and stardust, carrying you further from the waking world and deeper into a place made only for sleep. You don't remember closing your eyes. But now, slowly, you open them again. The window beside you has changed. You're no longer gliding through dream cities or cloud temples. Now, outside is a great ocean of glass, glowing with deep indigo and scattered with glowing jellyfish that float above the surface instead of beneath. The dream train begins to slow. The conductor's voice, calm and quiet as ever, echoes over the soft intercom. Next stop, the island of sleeping animals. The train pulls into a small platform nestled within a cluster of starlit palm trees. You step off onto warm sand that feels like silk beneath your feet, the grains shimmer faintly, like they're lit from within. The air is filled with one thing, stillness. But it's not empty. It's full of presence. Like something ancient and peaceful is all around you, gently watching. A narrow path winds through the trees. You follow it, hearing only the soft crunch of sand and the slow breath of the ocean behind you. And then, like stepping into a story, you arrive. A meadow, perfectly round, stretches before you, bathed in moonlight, ringed by glowing flowers. At its center lie animals of every kind, all sleeping, deeply and peacefully. A soft-furred polar bear, curled like a child, its nose tucked beneath its paw. A baby elephant, gently snoring, its ears fluttering with every breath. A red panda, snoozing in a hollow of soft moss. A koala, clinging to a tree made of dreamwood. Even a lion, regal and mighty, dozes on a patch of sun-dappled grass, purring with the sound of ancient dreams. Some of the animals dream aloud, whimpering gently, or twitching in their sleep, chasing things in faraway slumberlands. But none of them wake. They are protected here. Watched over. Safe. You walk slowly between them, amazed at the beauty of such peace. Each one gives off a soft glow, the kind of light that only comes from deep rest. It fills the meadow, floating into the air like steam from a hot spring. As you move, a small animal lifts its head. A fox cub, no larger than your palm, stirs. It stretches and yawns, not out of fear, but in recognition. It climbs into your hands with ease, curling against your chest like it remembers you. And maybe, it does. You sit down in the grass, and the fox settles in your lap. Around you, the sleeping animals breathe in rhythm, slow and calm. Their dreams seem to whisper together, weaving a blanket of peace that covers the entire island. You lie back, the fox still curled on your chest. The sky above sparkles. Shooting stars drift across like fireflies. The earth beneath you is warm. Your eyelids are heavier now, not from exhaustion, but from the natural weight of trust, comfort, and surrender. The little fox lets out one tiny, sleepy sigh. And you do the same. No fear lives here. No hurry. No noise. Only the sound of 100 hearts, sleeping together under a blanket of moonlight. You close your eyes. The animals breathe. The grass sways. The stars hold you. Sleep. You are part of the island now. One of its many soft, safe dreams. Crescent moon. The celestial clock tower. The island of sleeping animals fades behind you like a memory, soft and warm, with echoes of breathing and dreams. You find yourself once again on a quiet path. But this time, it feels different. There is a gentle ticking sound, slow and steady. It doesn't rush, it simply exists, like the rhythm of breath or the heartbeat of the sky. The air around you carries the scent of old books, warm metal, and time-worn wood polished by centuries of gentle hands. Up ahead, rising from a bed of clouds and mist, you see it. The celestial clock tower. It's not like towers you've seen before. This one doesn't scrape the sky, it becomes part of it. Its surface glimmers with shifting constellations. One side appears made of marble, the next of stardust, and another of smooth crystal. Every so often, it flickers, not from light, but from time itself stretching and folding. You approach a set of wide golden doors, carved with swirling galaxies. They open before you. Inside, the air is quiet, reverent. There are no machines here. No ticking gears or clanging bells. Only time, moving in harmony. A spiral staircase winds up through the tower's core, surrounded by transparent walls revealing the cosmos. You ascend slowly, step by step, feeling lighter as you climb. Each step takes you not only higher, but deeper into stillness. With every turn of the spiral, you pass glowing clocks that mark times from places long forgotten. One shows the hour of a dream paused in a child's memory. Another ticks softly toward the last page of a book never finished. Yet another moves backward, marking the moment someone fell in love for the first time. Time is not linear here. It is a dance, and this tower is its cathedral. At last, you reach the clock room at the very top. It is round, with walls that reflect the sky, shifting gently from dawn to dusk to night in slow, painterly waves. In the center is a vast pendulum, swinging side to side, not to keep time, but to soothe it. You sit on a circular cushion beside the pendulum. It sways with the grace of a lullaby. Each swing hums gently, a sound that isn't heard with ears but felt deep in the soul, like the comfort of being rocked to sleep. You close your eyes. And then you hear the voices of time itself. Not words, but melodies, like soft chimes blowing in the wind. Time sings in many voices here. A grandmother's laughter. The hush of snowfall. The creak of a childhood's swing in summer. The inhale of a newborn's breath. The final sigh of an old oak tree in autumn. Each sound is part of the great lullaby. You listen. You remember. You rest. And then, slowly, the pendulum changes. It doesn't stop. It slows. Its swings grow softer. Your breath matches it. Time begins to dream with you. The stars outside the tower windows shift into the shapes of sleeping animals, floating whales, and dancing dragons. Familiar faces appear and fade gently, reminders of those who love you, who wait for you, who smile when you smile. There is nothing to chase here. Nothing to finish. Just this moment. And it is enough. You feel the warmth of the tower around you, not just in your body, but in your spirit. You feel time say, "You may rest now. I'll keep everything safe." And with that, you lie back on your cushion. The pendulum continues to swing, quietly cradling your dreams. The tower holds you gently, like a story told by someone who knows you well. The stars turn slowly, humming their soft lullaby. And you sleep. Softly. Deeply. Timelessly. Crescent moon. The Valley of Lost Lullabies. The celestial clock tower slowly fades behind you, not with finality, but like a chapter in a book that will always be there to revisit. Your breath is calm. Your body lighter. You find yourself walking along a soft meadow path once again, the stars above slowly dimming into a misty, pastel twilight. The music of the pendulum still lingers in your chest, a rhythm that now guides your steps like the faint hum of a melody long forgotten. And then, like a secret waiting to be remembered, the air shifts. You hear singing. Soft. Distant. Hauntingly beautiful. The kind of singing you don't listen to with your ears, but with your heart. A voice so familiar, yet just beyond recognition. It doesn't have words, only feeling. You follow it. The path opens into a vast valley nestled between mountains made of cloud and moonlight. This is no ordinary place. It is the Valley of Lost Lullabies. Here, songs that were once sung and forgotten, lullabies passed from grandmothers to children, melodies hummed into pillows, tunes composed in whispers and lost in time, come to rest. They gather here. They live here. And they sing themselves back into the sky. All around the valley, glowing orbs float gently in the air, like fireflies. Each one is a lullaby, some cradling warm laughter, others steeped in quiet longing, and many wrapped in unconditional love. You step into the valley. The ground is soft underfoot, blanketed in feathery grass that glows faintly with every step. Trees with silver leaves sway in time with the breeze, their branches humming softly, as if they remember the touch of lullabies once sung beneath them. You approach one of the floating orbs. As you draw close, it lowers, pulsing gently. And then, you hear it. A lullaby your mother once hummed to you, half asleep, when you were far too young to remember. But your heart remembers. And now, hearing it again, your eyes close on instinct. Tears do not fall, only peace does. You continue walking. Each lullaby you pass is different, some joyful, some gentle, some a little sad, but all of them safe. Some of the orbs are lonely, no longer sung by anyone in the waking world. And yet, here, they are still alive. Still glowing. Still singing. You find a spot beneath a willow tree whose branches are braided like strands of hair. You sit, and one of the lullabies floats toward you. It circles once, then settles on your shoulder. It sings to you. Not as a performance, but as a gift. A lullaby made of moonlight and memory. You feel something deep inside you relax, a part of you didn't even know was tense. Like a knot slowly coming undone, releasing old worries that never had to stay. And you hum back. Without even realizing it, you begin to hum with the lullaby, letting your voice blend with its soft song. The notes are simple, no grand crescendos or flourishes. Just a gentle exchange between you and the music. The valley listens. The other lullabies drift a little closer, like curious stars. They don't overwhelm you, they simply gather around, wrapping you in sound. And then, a new orb rises from the grass near your feet. Soft. Pale blue. Familiar and brand new all at once. It's your lullaby. Not one from your past, but one made by you. From your kindness. From your peace. From every quiet moment you've shared, every time you whispered, "It's okay," to yourself or someone else. It glows warmly. It floats up into the sky. The Valley of Lost Lullabies welcomes it like an old friend. You lie down beneath the willow. The lullabies hover above you, weaving a gentle net of song. They do not demand anything from you. They only offer rest. And that is more than enough. So you close your eyes. Let the melodies wash over you. Let the silence between the notes hold you like a cradle. Let your breath slow, and your thoughts fade. Because here, in the Valley of Lost Lullabies, nothing is ever truly forgotten. Only remembered, when you're ready to rest. And you are ready now. Sleep. The dream garden of forgotten names. When you finally rise from beneath the willow tree in the Valley of Lost Lullabies, you do so slowly, not from tiredness, but from a sense of completion. Like waking from a memory, warm and full of meaning. The lullabies float back into the sky, continuing their quiet orbit through the valley, content that you've heard what you were meant to hear. A glowing path unfurls before you, paved in soft petals that seem to rise from the ground as you walk. With every step, they bloom beneath your feet in pale pink, silver blue, and lavender white. The air shifts again. Now it carries a scent, not one you can place with certainty, but it feels like the moment someone says your name with love. You step forward. Through a gentle archway formed from vines and moonflowers, you enter a new place. A garden unlike any other. Here, the stars are much lower, as if the sky itself has knelt down to rest. They float gently among the branches and leaves, caught in the blossoms like dew. Fireflies drift lazily through the hedges, their wings chiming like wind chimes. A small wooden sign sways at the gate. Welcome to the dream garden of forgotten names. There is no sadness here. Only serenity. This is where names once whispered in love, names of people, pets, dreams, and even moments, come to rest, not because they are lost, but because they are ready to sleep. You walk slowly among the flower beds. Each flower here is different. Some resemble tulips, others roses, some look like stars themselves. And beneath each one, carved softly into glowing stones, is a name. Some are full names. Some are nicknames. Some are just single words: hope, joy, remember, once. The flowers shimmer as you pass, as if bowing to your presence. A soft wind flows through the garden, not to carry things away, but to soothe and remind. The wind hums with quiet voices, names spoken with love, then released gently into the night. In the center of the garden stands a round pool, still as glass. Floating on its surface are tiny lights, each one a memory, drifting peacefully. You kneel beside the water. You gaze into it. Right before your eyes, a flower blooms. Its petals open to reveal a soft, glowing light. Your gift has joined the garden. And like every name here, it will never be lost. Only kept, gently, eternally, in this sanctuary of dreams. And for a moment, you see a name you hadn't remembered in years. A name that once made you smile. A name that lived in a song, or a story, or maybe a dream from long ago. Your chest fills with warmth. You whisper the name out loud. And the pool glows in response, not bright, just gently. It's not about remembering everything, but about letting yourself feel connected. Behind you, a small creature appears. A garden warden, shaped like a soft cloud with big eyes and leafy wings. It speaks not in words, but gestures. It shows you a small patch of earth, a space left empty, waiting for something only you can leave. The warden hands you a seed. You know what to do. You kneel. Press it gently into the soil. And as you do, you whisper a name. It might be your own. It might be a name you've never said aloud before, the name of a feeling, a memory, a dream you never thought you'd find again. The moment you finish, the seed sprouts. Right before your eyes, a flower blooms. Its petals open to reveal a soft, glowing light. Your gift has joined the garden. And like every name here, it will never be lost. Only kept, gently, eternally, in this sanctuary of dreams. You lie down on the soft moss near your flower. The wind brushes your cheeks like the touch of someone you've always known. The stars above lower themselves until they hover just above your skin, like tiny guardians. You let your breathing slow again. The garden begins to sing, not with words, but with the sound of remembrance. A melody made from every name ever whispered in love. You close your eyes. Not to forget, but to rest. Because in the dream garden of forgotten names, nothing is ever truly gone. Everything that matters stays, tucked gently into the soil of memory, blooming again and again, in sleep. And you are part of that garden now. Crescent Moon. The library of eternal sunsets. When you awaken in the dream garden of forgotten names, the stars have shifted into soft hues of gold and honeyed amber. You sit up slowly, surrounded by the glowing flowers you've come to know, names tucked safely into petals and leaves. The breeze is tender, carrying the soft scent of jasmine and thyme. The moment feels timeless. Like twilight stretched across the sky. You rise and follow a winding cobblestone path that appears beneath your feet, as if painted into the world by an invisible artist. It leads you through the edge of the garden, past dream fruit trees that hum lullabies in the language of leaves. Then, in the distance, you see it. A glowing, golden dome nestled between hills of lavender mist. It stands tall and round, as if it has been waiting just for you. As you draw closer, the structure reveals itself. An enormous library built of light and shadow. Its outer walls shift in hue, deep coral to soft peach to dusk sky blue, always catching the perfect moment between day and night. This is the library of eternal sunsets. A place where all the stories the world was almost ready to forget have come to rest. A place where sunsets never end. At the entrance, a pair of carved moonstone doors slowly open without a sound. Inside, the space is vast, glowing, and utterly peaceful. You step onto floors made of polished pearl. Bookshelves rise like ancient trees, spiraling toward a ceiling painted with 1,000 sunset skies. Some glimmer with golden clouds, others carry the fading blush of daylight. Each shelf is glowing faintly, not from light, but from the memories within them. A quiet being greets you, the librarian. Their robe is stitched with sunrays and the slow shimmer of dusk. They smile without words and gesture for you to enter. Here, they whisper gently, every memory becomes a story. Every story becomes a sunset. You are invited to explore. You walk down rows of floating books, not resting on shelves, but hovering gently in midair. They hum softly, like they're breathing. One book floats toward you. Its cover is a soft velvet blue. When you open it, there are no pages. Instead, you are shown a moment, one you'd forgotten, but now remember so clearly. A warm hand in yours. A golden afternoon on a porch. Laughter spilling like light across a kitchen floor. The book holds that memory gently, like a photograph glowing from the inside out. You smile. You turn the next page. More moments rise like sunsets. A childhood game under a tree. A goodbye that was also a beginning. A dream you once believed in, and still might. Each book here is someone's memory. 1,000 sunsets worth of feelings, all gently preserved. And this library holds yours, too. The librarian leads you to a small alcove with a single chair and a journal, blank, waiting. You sit. The chair fits your body as though it were made just for you. You hold the journal, and though your hands do not move, your memories begin to fill the pages. Silently. Gently. Like stardust falling into place. You write with your heart. No effort. No striving. Only stillness. Page by page, the story of your quietest joys, your softest dreams, and your most peaceful moments begins to form, a story not of action, but of presence. You finish the journal with a breath. It rises from your lap and floats into the shelves, glowing golden as it finds its home among the other stories. Now, it will live on, a sunset preserved forever. The librarian bows to you once more, and then gestures toward a sunlit room at the back of the library, glowing with warmth. You enter. And there, nestled in soft cushions, is a bed. Not just any bed, this one is made of twilight itself, layered with blankets of woven dreams. Pillows that carry the scent of sunrise and the touch of sleep. You lie down. And from the arched windows, the eternal sunset glows, pinks, oranges, golds, blending endlessly, never fading into night, never rushing toward darkness. It simply is. You feel yourself becoming lighter. The library hums around you. The breath of 1,000 stories in peaceful harmony. And as your eyes begin to close, a final thought settles in your heart. You are a story, too. One worth keeping. One worth reading again and again. One wrapped in golden light. And so, with the glow of eternal sunset resting on your face, you drift into sleep. Safe. Held. Remembered. Crescent moon. The Star Weaver's Atelier. The eternal sunset still glows softly behind your eyelids as you drift into a deeper layer of rest. You feel yourself floating, not through air or space, but through quiet. A hush so complete and comforting, it feels like being gently wrapped in a cloud spun from lullabies. And then, ever so faintly, you hear it. A rhythmic clicking. Like knitting needles. Or a loom being woven in slow motion. You open your eyes in a new space. This time, you are standing on a bridge of starlight. It winds upward through a gentle void of color, indigo, plum, and deep navy. Tiny constellations swirl slowly around you, drifting like soft lanterns in space. The bridge curves slightly ahead, and where it ends, is a door. A round, glowing door made of silken thread and soft light. When you reach it, the door opens at your touch, like a warm whisper inviting you in. You've arrived at the Star Weaver's Atelier. Inside, the space looks like a blend of sky and fabric. Massive drapes of starlight hang from the ceiling, waving gently as if stirred by dreams. Looms of crystal spin quietly, glowing with threads of gold, silver, and midnight blue. You're surrounded by woven galaxies. On one wall, there are shelves of neatly folded dreams, each labeled with a name. Some of the fabric glows softly, others sparkle or shimmer only when touched by thought. At the heart of the room stands the Star Weaver. A being of light and patience, wrapped in a robe made of shooting stars and moonlight. Their eyes hold the calm of someone who's seen every sky, every dream, and every dawn, and still chooses wonder. They do not speak. But they smile. And then, they show you something extraordinary. Your dream. It floats between their hands like a silken scarf, warm and beautiful. Threads of your recent memories glisten throughout the cloth, your flower in the dream garden, your journal in the sunset library. The weaver lifts a silver needle and begins to stitch. Not to change your dream, but to connect it. To others. To deeper layers. To dreams you haven't even imagined yet. You watch, mesmerized, as colors unfold with each motion. In one stitch, you see a moment from childhood, running through summer grass beneath a sky of kites. In another, you glimpse an unborn dream, a peaceful cabin by a frozen lake, where your future self sits beside a fireplace, humming softly to the snow. The weaver threads it all together, your past, your now, your maybe. And when they finish, they place the fabric gently into your hands. It feels lighter than anything, yet it hums with meaning. You look to the walls. Dozens of dreamcloths hang around the atelier, woven by dreamers like you. Each is unique. Each a quiet miracle. Each telling a story without words. The weaver gestures for you to place yours among them. You choose a quiet alcove, and as you hang your cloth, the space glows in welcome. You feel something settle inside you, a sense that your dream is part of something greater now. A shared dreamscape. A constellation of rest and reflection. The weaver leads you to a corner of the atelier, to a bed shaped like a crescent moon, made of feathers and soft woven light. You lie down, the ceiling above you slowly shifting through a tapestry of skies, auroras, meteor showers, rain-soaked clouds lit by lightning far away. And as you close your eyes again, the Star Weaver covers you gently with a blanket made from your very own dreamcloth. It wraps around you like belonging. As you sink into sleep, you feel your breath sinking with the rhythm of the loom. The clicking returns, now distant and soft, like a lullaby being woven just for you. And before sleep claims you fully, you hear one last thing. You are part of the pattern now. And you are never alone in your dreaming. And with that, you drift deeper than ever before. Into the threads of stars and silence. Crescent moon. The sleep harbor. The quiet rhythm of the Star Weaver's loom fades into a hush so deep, it feels as though the whole universe has paused to breathe. And in that space, between one dream and the next, you begin to float. You don't fall. You drift. Weightless, wrapped in soft twilight and the calm stillness of contentment. Then, in the far distance, you see a light. Warm, golden, flickering like the flame of a candle far out at sea. You float toward it, gently and slowly, until the light reveals itself not as fire, but as a lantern, hanging from the mast of a boat. One boat. Then two. Then hundreds. You've arrived at the sleep harbor. The quietest place in all the dream realms. A stretch of shore where glowing boats bob in gentle waters, waiting for dreamers like you. The harbor glows in soft hues of blue and silver, with small lighthouses casting halos of light across the waves. Each lighthouse turns slowly, sweeping light like a lullaby across the water's surface. You touch down on the soft shore, made not of sand, but of velvety moss that cushions each step. The air smells of salt, lavender, and distant rain. You feel safe here. Beside the harbor stands the boat keeper, a gentle figure cloaked in seafoam and stardust. Their beard seems woven from fog, and their eyes shine like polished shells. They greet you with a nod, then gesture toward a nearby boat, small, beautiful, and glowing from within. It's made of driftwood and woven moon threads. Inside, the cushions are cloud-soft, and a blanket rests across the seat, stitched with constellations and the names of forgotten dreams. You step aboard. The boat sways slightly, then steadies, as if recognizing you. The boat keeper places a hand on the hull and whispers a phrase in a language you don't know, but understand. May your dreams carry you gently where your soul longs to go. Then, they release the rope, and the boat begins to glide. No oars. No engine. Just motion. Smooth and quiet. The harbor stretches into a vast, glimmering sea of sleep. Above, the sky is painted in midnight hues, scattered with slow-falling stars like snow. Other boats drift nearby, some carrying single dreamers curled up in slumber, others with 2 or 3 nestled together. No one speaks. Yet every boat seems held in the same shared serenity. Your boat moves further out, away from the lantern-lit docks and into the open waters of dreams. As it glides, the sea itself begins to whisper. Not in words, but in feelings. The waves speak of childhood memories, of long-forgotten lullabies, of someone who once held your hand as you fell asleep. The rhythm of the sea is steady, reassuring. Your boat passes glowing jellyfish beneath the surface, their lights pulsing like the rhythm of a heartbeat. Far above, gentle clouds move across the sky, revealing a crescent moon the color of soft pearl. The blanket around you feels heavier now, not burdensome, but grounding. Like a loving arm draped across your shoulders. You close your eyes. The boat rocks gently, matching the cadence of your breath. In. Out. In. Out. The deeper you drift, the more the sea opens, not just water, but memory. A vastness where everything you've loved, everything you've hoped for, floats just within reach. You feel no need to chase them. You're simply among them. In the distance, you hear a sound, a chorus of seashell chimes, carried on the wind. They sing not of endings, but of rest. And that's what this is. Not an escape, but a return. A return to peace. To softness. To the you that exists between thoughts. Between worlds. Between dreams. The boat slows as it reaches a wide circle of water surrounded by glowing reeds. You nestle into the cushions, your body melting into calm. Above you, the stars spell no words. They simply shine. And for the first time in a long time, you don't need to wonder where you're going. You are already there. On still waters. In perfect quiet. The sleep harbor holds you in its arms. And the dream carries you onward. Ever deeper. Ever softer. Ever still. Crescent moon. The lantern grove. The rhythm of the waves slowly fades. The gentle rocking of your dreamboat becomes still, and in that stillness, you begin to sense a glow, not from the sky this time, but from the earth itself. Your boat has drifted onto a quiet stream that splits gently into the trees. The water narrows and shallows, bordered by ancient trunks and roots that rise from mossy banks. Above you, leaves shimmer, not green, but soft golden silver. Like the pages of unwritten dreams. You step ashore, feeling the cool, dew-kissed moss beneath your bare feet. Welcome to the Lantern Grove. A sacred, sleepy wood where wishes become light. The trees here grow in slow spirals, like giant twisting candle flames. And from each limb hangs a glowing lantern, gently swaying in the hush of dream breeze. No 2 lanterns are alike. Some are made of pearl and mist. Others, of feathered glass or frozen honey. Each contains a gentle flame, and each flame is a wish. A wish whispered on a child's birthday. A wish made before falling asleep. A wish sent silently into the sky, on a night just like this. You begin to walk between the trees. Every few steps, another lantern glows brighter, sensing your nearness. Some whisper faint words, barely audible, like echoes of long-ago hopes. Please let her be safe. I hope I'm enough. Just one more hug. But none of it feels sad.